Hey folks, welcome to episode 3 of Good Things for Good People, the brand new YouTube opportunity to turn your time watched into good actions for good people. Interesting, isn't it? I know. What a great idea. Using the internet to do good things and not just bad things. Wouldn't that be neat? So as I said, this is episode 3. Thanks for being here. We started this project basically 48 hours ago today. And at the moment, we have just cracked the 100 subscribers limit. We're actually at 102. So thank you very much to all 102 of you who have subscribed. If anybody's watching this that hasn't already subscribed, please click on that. I'm going to go into a bunch of the analytics on the background of things today, as far as explaining how YouTube works, because probably a lot of people haven't really been through that process or know how the whole YouTube ad revenue things and how the analytics work. So I'm going to dive into some of that today. I'm going to go look at the 2 videos that we've already put out, episodes 1 and 2. If you haven't watched them, go watch them. And we're going to get into the kind of the deep dive of how this whole process is going to work. So the idea here is we want to use the revenue that YouTube creates for you watching videos and for you clicking on things. The ads that are run on that channel, the watch minutes that are run on the channel, to create revenue, which we can then turn around and use to help people who are in need. Now, that can be anything from maybe helping with a medical bill, or helping a homeless person, or buying a kid a bike, or Christmas is coming up in the not too distant future, so that could be something we could look at. The nice thing is we have control over this whole process. The money that we can generate out of this can go towards really whatever it is we decide that it needs to go towards. And I'm going to be very, 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 very transparent on this whole process and involve anybody and everybody in there to be able to get people to vote on or give their feedback on how they would like to see this revenue spent. And I want to go into some of the analytics as far as what we see so far in the channel with just the 48 hours and the 2 small videos that are up. So here's the actual dashboard of the channel so far. So here is our episode 2 of Good Things for Good People, which came out 21 hours and 53 minutes ago. So just a little less than 2 days ago, or less than a day ago. It has 251 views so far. The impression click-through rate is 8.4%, which is actually really, really good. Typically speaking, on other projects that I've been involved with, if you have more than about a 6%, that's really good. So I'm very happy with how that is. The average view duration is 2 minutes and 10 seconds, which is definitely not exactly where we'd like it to be, but also with the fact that this was only a, I believe, 5 minute and 40 second video. So it's basically 5 minutes and 41 seconds. So basically everybody's watching about half of the video, which is pretty good, to be honest. So it has 251 views. We have a total watch hours of 9.4, and it's picked up 27 subscribers off of just this one video, which is pretty good. Again, this is a brand new project, so we're not entirely sure how this whole thing is going to work out. Now, the other thing is we have our number 1 video, which is here. Let's go to the analytics of this video. So this was the initial launch video. It's currently at 299 views, 16.3 watch hours, and picked up 47 subscribers. Now, the unfortunate thing here with this video is the fact that with this being an 11 minute and 40 second video, it would be really nice to see that 50% carried over to that video as well, that people are sticking around for half the video. Unfortunately, that's not the case. On this first video, I think a lot of people kind of just clicked on it to see what was going on and may or may not have subscribed. The percentage of people who are subscribed to the channel that watch that video is pretty small. So some of those views are not really going to be very valuable, I guess would be the way to put that. So the average view duration on this first video is 3 minutes and 16 seconds. So of 11 minutes and 40 seconds, we're only seeing about a quarter of that being average view duration. Now, how YouTube works, for those of you who are interested in the revenue generation side of this, is when a channel gets monetized, which at this point in time in YouTube land on the 15th of October 2023, Monetization requires essentially two things: 500 subscribers, which we're already at 100, so we're a fifth of the way there. That's pretty good. And watch hours. We need 3,000 watch hours in the past year. Or you can do this also from shorts, which are the little 1 minute clip type things. 3 million views, which is a lot of views, unless you have something go real viral. 3 million views in 90 days from shorts is pretty serious. The 3 valid public uploads within 90 days, that's not even really a thing. We're going to be, you're watching the third upload, so that's not a problem. So what we're really going to be the trick is going to be this 3,000 watch hours. Now, I bring that up because I really appreciate you guys being here. Again, thank you for being here. If you've made it this far in the video, please click on the subscribe button. But the idea here is the longer you watch a video, so right when you click on the first video, you see the thumbnail and you click on it, usually speaking, YouTube will run 1 or 2 ads right before that video. That becomes ad revenue for the channel. As you watch and you spend more time on the channel, or you spend more time on that video, there's an opportunity to run what would be called a mid-roll ad. So it's going to be a break somewhere in the 5-minute to 8-minute break, somewhere in that range, where another ad has a chance to run on that channel, which generates more revenue for that channel. Then you're also going to be able to possibly, if you finish the video, see a post-roll video, which is going to be, again, another opportunity to create revenue for that channel. So the idea is, if you can stay around, if you can open your phone up and click on the video and let it run, whether or not you're really actively paying attention or not, the watch minutes, the watch hours, the average duration generate revenue for the channel, which we can directly use for what we're trying to do here with doing good things for good people. So if you've spent 5 minutes watching a video, you may have seen 1 or 2 ads. If you spent 8 minutes on the video, you may have seen 4 ads. If you spent the entire time in the video, you may have seen 5, 6, 7 ads. It just kind of depends how it is. Now, YouTube bases what the cost and the revenue that you're going to get on a number of different things. A lot of that being the amount of watch time, the average watch of the video, the quality of the viewership that's on there. If you're Google knows a lot about you, so they're going to know whether or not you're a quality viewer or not. They also are going to base it based on the topic that the channel is based on. So you may see different types of ads on different types of channels that are also going to be tailored based on you and your shopping and browsing experience, as well as the things that you look up on YouTube. So all of that goes into a process where YouTube bills advertisers, and they do it based on 1,000 views. So it's the term is called cost per mille. So to keep this real simple, company XYZ wants to run an ad on this channel. They have to spend $10 for every 1,000 views that video gets, for every 1,000 ad runs that video is going to run on. YouTube then separates that video, or portions that out, that $10 for that 1,000 views. YouTube gets a chunk and the channel gets a chunk. That's 50-50. Now, that does get a little bit more complicated because the channel will have to pay income tax on the income that's coming through that. But that's generally speaking how that process works. So if you can be around for longer, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 minutes, and I want to try to keep these videos in the 10 to 12 minute range, let it run during lunch, let it run when you're driving down the road, not looking at the video screen, when you're jumping in the shower, whatever the case may be. There's not going to be a lot of really involved stuff to look at while this is going on, as we're building the channel especially. Once the channel gets more established and we're monetized and we can make something out of this, the content type is going to change a bit. At this point in time, it's a very bare bones. We're in the basement. We're trying to build this thing. So we need the average watch time to start really kind of ramping up to be able to carry us to that point of getting monetized. Because I'd really love to see this project monetized and generating revenue before Christmas time. We're already at middle of October. If we can get this channel monetized by the end of October into November, We can generate revenue in November, which we can then spend in December. Capiche? Makes sense? It's complicated, and for a lot of people, I'm sure you don't really care. And I appreciate you guys being here and sticking through these explanations. Again, I'm trying to be as transparent as I possibly can be on this whole thing and what my vision of this is. My world of what I'm thinking of here is there's a lot of YouTube channels that use all kinds of gimmicks to get you to click on stuff and to spend time watching, and they've got unbelievable amounts of revenue that they can spend and that they do spend on creating content. Well, what if we didn't spend that money on content creation or blowing up cars or going on extravagant trips or whatever, all the things that we do on YouTube? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but what if we use that revenue for good and to impact and change a life or a number of lives? There's a lot of YouTube channels out there that make $5, $10, $20, $50,000 a month. Now, granted, those are larger channels, and we're a long way from that. But if we can get to that point, imagine what we could do to change people's lives if we had $10,000 a month to be able to spend for somebody who's worthy. You could change a life, and all you've got to do is spend time watching a video. I'm not asking for any donations. I don't want to set up any kind of donations. I don't want to sell merch. I don't want to get involved in any of that stuff. All I'm going to purely ask you to do is spend time watching these videos, share the videos on your social media, on Facebook, on Reddit, on Tinder, on whatever you want to. Get as many eyes as we possibly can on this for as long as we possibly can to be able to generate the watch minutes, to be able to get the revenue coming in, to be able to spend, to do good things for good people. That's the whole spiel. That's the whole process. There's no black magic involved in this. There's no, smoke and mirrors. There's none of that. I'm going to be extremely, extremely open with you guys. I will show how much revenue we're making. I will show all of the things that we're spending money on. I want to be able to do this. And I think it's a great way to utilize the tools of YouTube to not just create entertainment, but to actually improve lives, to actually do good. And I think there's a lot of other people that are interested in this. I hope there are. I'd love to see this channel at 50 or 60,000 or 100,000 people in the next couple of months and making, a good chunk of revenue to the point where we can truly make some big things happen. And again, I want to make sure you guys understand that this is not going to be a me making decisions thing. This is not a Austin does all of the determining kind of thing. I'm going to involve you guys in the whole process, and you guys will all have the ability to involve the decision making of where this money is being spent and how it's being spent, because I want everybody to be involved with it. I think people are truly interested in making a difference in this world, because there's a lot of people out there that are really hurting, and a lot of people who would really love to be able to do something and make a difference. Something has to be done, and they know it, but they don't necessarily have the means. This is a way of getting around that. All you got to do is spend 10 or 12 minutes watching one of these videos. We can generate revenue off of your view, and we can use that revenue to make a difference. That's it. It's a very simple process. I don't know why nobody's really done this before, but just because it hasn't been done before doesn't mean it can't be done. Let's make it happen. So thanks for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. This is episode 3, so thank you very much for being here. There will be another episode tomorrow. I think I'm going to try to stick to the daily uploads thing because it keeps things fresh and it keeps things rolling, and we can keep building that content. So if you could spend another 10 or 15 minutes with me again tomorrow, that'd be awesome. So like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Let me know what you think about the concept. What do you think? Do you think this has got some potential? Either way, let me know. Thanks for being here. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.